It's often said that if you want to show love, the best way to start is from your household, from your family. And that's why they often say charity begins at home. And this morning, that's the message we are actually bringing to you. Now, I want to tell you a lot about WhatsApp. If you do not know, or you're just watching for the first time, you're just tuning in, WhatsApp is a show that deals in the Gen Zs basically. And you know the Gen Zs aged between 16 to 37. Other than that, you are a millennial. Now for the Gen Zs, we have so many things lined up for you. We have movie reviews, we have celebrity gist, we have fashion and style, we have trending issues, and of course the icing on the cake is when we get to bring A-listers, A-list artists, A-list comedians, videographers, producers, comedians. We have different kind of artists on this same podium, in this same office, in this studio. We've had a comedian with cerebral palsy, and he definitely cracked everyone up. That's the kind of show we give out. This is what we put out, and this is what we intend for you guys to listen to and feel on top of the world. Now this morning, you know, WhatsApp on Galaxy Television is where stars are born, stars are made, and stars are always made to shine. It's from the overall program, Be Our Guest, and of course it is on Galaxy Television. And this morning, I just want to welcome you and tell you again, every day above 6 feet is a very good day. So calm down. Don't rush it. What is meant for you will be yours. It will come to you. And of course, you know that Galaxy Television is on the go because we do have a Galaxy Television app, a mobile app, where you can go to Apple Play Store if you have an iPhone, and Google Play Store or Google App Store, and then download for Android and for iPhones, and then you can watch us on the go from any of your gadgets, your phones, your iPad, and sometimes you can even do the sharing via your television sets. Also, you can stream live, because we do stream live on Facebook and on X. Just go to your search button on this app or these apps and then type at Galaxy Television, and then you can get to watch us live. Please make sure you like, you share, you comment, and you leave beautiful, beautiful words of encouragement. We want to know who and who watches us, and we often say that at the end of the week or month, we get to give prizes to the most engager, and this is what we do on WhatsApp. We say we are something, and then we act it. They're two different things. You know who I am. My name is Kenneth Obina, or Obina Kenneth. You know me as Orally, A-U-R-A-L-W-E, the human-sized teddy bear, or the Radio Cubana. That's when I'm working on radio, but on TV it's just Cubana. And I'm welcoming you to the show again. I'm like, enjoy yourself, because today promises to be exhilarating. I do have my guest in the studio, and I'll be taking it very to what we have at the moment. We have a big man in the studio. This man is testament to the fact that people can do underground work and still be successful, but you don't tend to know this kind of people. That's why on WhatsApp we brought producers, we brought people who have been hiding behind the camera. We have producers, we have directors, we have so many people, cinematographers, actresses, actors. We want you guys to know who these people are, and of course a lot of them will keep coming on the show because it is WhatsApp, it is for entertainment, it is for the Gen Zs. Today we have in the studio, please help me welcome today Solomon Ogunlowo, aka vhee. Welcome to the studio, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm fine.
How did it, how long did it take you to get to the studios? Did you face traffic like I did?
Unlike the other day, today I got here about 40 minutes early.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Sorry about the other time. You know how Lagos traffic can be. You plan
Very
something
crazy.
and they tell you that you've not started anything. All right, quickly, just to read his profile quickly for you guys to know whom this man is. Now, Solomon Ogunlowo, popularly known as vhee, is a dynamic and accomplished filmmaker, director, and videographer with a keen eye for storytelling and a passion for visual excellence. Also experienced in photography, digital marketing, content creation, and graphics design. He started his career in graphic design and grew into becoming a filmmaker. Now he does have a degree in mathematics from the University of Jos, Nigeria, and acquired a computer science national diploma certification from the Federal College of Forestry, also in Jos. Now he's produced and directed 9 short films, which includes collaborations since 2020 till date. Now he started his career as a pencil artist in 2011, then graphic designer, and photography in 2012 and grew into becoming a filmmaker. He's worked with popular brands like Luzo, Digital Network and Media, AfriVest West Africa, Obafushi Music Records, among others. Now, some of his notable achievements goes thus. He's consistently worked towards pushing the creative boundaries with his work, and it's led him to become the first creative in Nigeria to achieve a zombie short film in the year 2020. He got several accolades from online personalities and groups, and also regarding photo stories he created to address societal issues. Now, I want to quickly talk about his vision and philosophy. He sees filmmaking as a medium to transport audiences into uncharted territories of emotion and imagination. With each project, his aim is not just to tell a story, but to create an experience that lingers, leaving a lasting impact on whoever comes across him. That's a very good one, and I'm sure everybody has been listening to everything I've said. So again, we have V in the building. I don't want to call him Solomon, but today I'm going to go by his nickname and call him V. Welcome again to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. So quickly, I want to ask you, how did this all start? Give us the insights, give us the origin into V becoming a videographer and other things that has brought you today to the studio and also to Limelight.
Okay, the thing is, it has been a really long journey. You know, I originally started with, as I said, the pencil drawing. I used to draw with pencil. That year in school, because I went to a military secondary school.
Oh, wow.
That was Nigerian military school. So yeah, I used to draw to make money back then in school. That's how, you know, when your parents give you money to feed, it's not enough, so you have to still go all out to. So I started getting interest in that field, and from that point, I started having interest in photography. So I had my first job when I was in university. I was working. That was in my 200/300 level. So I was working with a photo lab. I was editing pictures. It's a 7 to 7 job. So
wow.
7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So that was how I was able to save to get my first camera that time.
Wow.
So that was where I started. But before then, I already started graphics designs. I was doing graphics for, university life, all these campaigns.
Yes, SUGs like and all that.
Music arts, and yeah, that was where I started from. And from there, it's growth. So I started growing and, challenging myself, because I've always had the mind of, if I'm doing something and I don't learn from it, I don't think I'm doing anything. So I believe from everything I'm doing, I'm supposed to get more experience so that I can do it better next time.
Sure.
So the challenges, as in battling with challenges, is actually a growth process for me. I love challenges. Anything that challenges me, it improves my skills. So basically, that was how it all got to 2020 during the
come on.
2020, yeah. During 2020, I came up with my first short film. Yeah, and that was based on. I just thought of.
What was the title of the film?
It's Zombie Saga.
Wow.
Yeah, Quest for Survivor. So it's just based on. Actually, it was just like a trial. I said, and this is isolation is everywhere, and what if we come up with a story about these events? But what we actually did was in a comedy light. Yeah, we did it in a comedy light, and all of a sudden, people really bought the idea, and it got over. For the first day of posting it, it got over 3K views.
Oh, that's
on
huge.
YouTube. Wow, I say, wow, this would be a great investment. So, that same year we did another short film, but if I should look back at those works, I will not say I'm not proud of them, but I feel like looking at then, as in from then till now, I believe I can do a lot better than before. Yeah, so basically, so we came up with that short film, and that was the second part of the short film. And currently, I think it's about 50K views on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So that was the inspiration. But aside that, growing in this field, it has been based on collaborations and, sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices to grow. So yeah, basically.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you about the kind of challenges you faced. All right, but before we do that, I want us to go on a quick break. When we come back, we still have V in the studio, and of course, you still have me in the studio. Don't go anywhere. But we do still have V in the studios telling us one or two things about film making, videography, and everything it encompasses. Now, V, quickly, what we just watched, the clip we just watched is what's the name of the clip we just watched?
Okay, the name of the project is 14 After 7.
14 After 7. When did you shoot it? Please give us a quick synopsis about what we just watched.
Okay, basically this was made in January 2021. Yeah, it's supposed to be to mark the 20th anniversary for the Jaws crisis. That's the 2001 crisis.
True.
So we just made this to like tell the story of what actually happened, and that was actually the year that a lot of people lost their lives. It was officially the year that crisis started in the city of Jos. You know, that was where I kind of grew up. I did my schooling there. Yeah. So that story was to boost the film. It's just like an anticipatory video, but based on some challenges and some other things, we weren't able to go on with the project. But this was a clip from the booth.
All right, that's beautiful. Please, before we went on the break, we're talking about some of the challenges that you faced growing up and entering into film. Trust me, Nigeria, I do know what I'm saying. It's a very hard feat. Yeah. And to see someone who's coming up, who's striving to make sure that your name is not just out there, but the kind of body of work you put out there is top notch. Please tell us some of the few challenges you faced and how you got out of them.
Okay. I'll talk about the challenges I faced, how I got out of them, and the ones I still face.
Oh yes, please go right ahead.
So some of the challenges basically is, you know, working in Nigeria, being a filmmaker, being a creative person in Nigeria is very exhausting.
True.
People hardly understand the craft. Some people even see it as being irresponsible.
True.
Because before I even started filmmaking, at a point I was a full-time dancer. I used to dance before. And you know, you go for a show, sometimes you beg to go on shows and stuff. So it was really challenging. Now moving to filmmaking, being a creative, people will like do something else. Why are you doing? Because I used to do skits before. People will be like, why are you doing skits? You should do something else with. Look at, you know, when I was in school, when I was studying mathematics, instead of sometimes I had to leave lectures, I had to like snub lectures to go for shoots and some other things like that. And coming back, you see that you have missed like 5 tests. You understand? So it was really a challenge. People did not really take it like a full-time job. People see it as wasting of time. Some people see it as wasting of time. And aside that, I was able to overcome that was that I had my determination. I was very determined. I knew where I was going to. I knew where I am. I'm still on the journey, so I know where I'm going to, and I did not let their discouragement drag me down. So I kept pushing and going, and I know I'm still doing it. So right now, some of them will be like, "Wow, look at where you started from," and I'll be like, "Look, you know, when you know what you are doing, you're not allowing anybody to tell you otherwise." So, and there are some challenges I still face. Let me say, like now, there are some projects I want to work on, and when we go out for sponsorship and some other things like that, people don't really give in like that. So, most of the projects, you have to finance it
yourself, fund it.
Yes, I have to fund it myself, and you know, the little collaborations we have here and there, we still have to look for a way to join heads and just make it work. Because if you see a sponsor in Nigeria, maybe God has sent the person directly that go and meet this person. But aside that, it's difficult. And one other thing is, let me say, in filmmaking here, there is the cinematographer, there is the editor, there is somebody, a colorist, there is visual effects artist. Then, if you look at the outside Nigeria, the Nigerian industry, if you go abroad, you see that people come together as a team to make this happen. Like a colorist when the cinematographer finish shooting, a editor will cut it, join the clips together. A colorist will color grade the clips, and finally the VFX person. You understand? Then there are still people that do promotion. People that are into promoting these contents. Yeah. So it's like, if you look at it, it's a body of work that encompasses many people. But in Nigeria, you have to carry everything on your head.
True.
Because you learn how to shoot. Nobody who is going to edit for you. Are you going to start calling somebody to pay him? Do you understand? So you have to edit, you have to shoot, you color grade. Anything you don't know how to do, you have to learn it, because it's only you on your own. So those are some of the little challenges that we face, not just me, that we face here and there. So, yeah.
Yes, being a filmmaker and a videographer, I'm sure you understand the tasking in the multitasking. And of course, in Nigeria at the moment, there's this very pertinent question I always love to ask, because I try to garner experience from this place and put it all together. Yeah. I'm sure you've done movies, both gender roles. Now, there's a case of sexual harassment going around in the industry. Now, this case has been prevalent. It's something that has gone on for a very long time. Women come out to say this, and now the men too are coming out to say this is what they've been going through. Now, I want to ask you, what do you think about this subject? Is it true? Is there anything like sexual harassment in the Nigerian entertainment film industry at the moment?
Yes, I would say there is, because the world is a crazy place right now. And
very true.
Some of these people, everybody wants to be, most people want to be in the limelight. Most people want to be in the limelight, and getting there, they will state some conditions for you, that if you can do this, if you can abide by this, So basically, what I feel is you should know what you are signing up for before going into it, because some of these things you can't escape it. There are things that you always face. So I believe it's legit. It happens a lot. And people do it. They are bad people. They are also good people. So cannot just put all of them together in the room, and yeah. So it happens.
Okay. What do you think about drug or substance abuse? Is it a necessary prerequisite for actors? Do you feel it's a good thing for actors or actresses to undertake in drug or substance abuse to be able to enhance their productivity on set?
I don't think so, and I will never support that. I've even made few documentaries about drug abuse and stuff. It's something critical. People, I don't know, based on what I've heard on the street, some people say it gives you idea that if you take this, you'll be able to. I don't believe all that. All those things are false talks. I just believe that is basically addiction. Some people are fighting addiction, and the earlier they fight it, the earlier they try to overcome it, the better for them. But taking drugs, saying that it will help you to perform better on set, and it's a fat lie. It's a fat lie, and I will never support that kind of motive.
Good, good. I think that's very beautiful. We've talked about how terrible challenges can be, and we've talked about the ones you're still facing and how you've overcome the ones that you faced. Now, let's talk about the positives. From being on this job, from being doing what you feel like you love to do. Excuse me. Tell me, what has been the positives from working as a videographer, as a filmmaker, scriptwriter, content creator, whatever it is? What has been the positives that you've taken from this that has pushed you on to still be in the business today?
Okay, I think the positives basically is motivation. Whenever I create a content or I create a project, I'm always, how will I put it? I always feel achieved, like, creating something and learning a lot from it. I'm an artist, basically. So whatever I create, I admire it and I try to do better. So what has really been pushing me to do better is the love for it. You cannot, if you chase money, because I've really invested in it.
Obviously.
And nobody is paying me for what I'm doing. I'm just doing it because of the love I have for it. So I think that has been my motivation, and that has been what has been keeping me going. And for the fact that I'm learning more, and people are reaching out to me to work with me You understand? So those things already show that I'm on the right path and I'm doing it the right way. So yeah, I think it's just the motivation for me.
Now, for a seasoned videographer, someone who wants to win accolades, who wants to get achievements, who wants to win awards, who wants to get recognized, what do you think are the criteria that people are looking at you, they are looking up to you, people are watching on Facebook, X, on the mobile app as well? They want to know, how has V got into this stage? What drove him? What's the drive? What's the passion? What is it that he does that makes him still smile when he holds the camera?
Like what I do that makes me smile.
Yes, hold on. What people who want to be like you,
Okay.
what do you think is the necessary step for them to take to achieve or come to where you are at the moment?
Okay, basically you just have to make sure you have passion for what you're doing, because if you start doing it and you don't love what you are doing, you definitely stop it in a very short time. You get frustrated and tired. So I just think if you have love for it, then you can start chasing it. You might not have everything now to start, but the little you have, like when I started skit making, I was using like Android phones to shoot. Android phones, you learn editing, you use InShots, you use all this. You now post it. Sometimes you post it, as you're posting it, you now keep refreshing. You now see one like, one view. You understand? So you have to be consistent and you have to really love what you are doing. If you don't love it, I don't think you will not go far. So you have to love it. Yeah, you have to love it. And you mentioned like winning of an award or something. I just believe it's based on consistency. Consistency, because now many people, the truth about Nigeria now is connection. If you have connection, but me, I will not really say connection. I would say good relationships. If you create good relationships, you network with people and you create good relationships. Those people now, they might be an opening for something, or just hit you. Alpha, well, this brand wants to do something. Alpha, are you up for it? Yeah, sure. You just go, you do it. Before you know, somebody from the brand, maybe the person is a public figure or something. The person just sees you. Please, I'd like you to make something for. From there, you have started entering the. You understand? So I just believe you have good relationships and you know what you're doing. You have the skill, you know. Then basically, you're going to get.
What's the biggest name you've worked with or for in the industry?
Like a TV studio.
TV studio, name of actor, actress, brand. What's the biggest one you've worked with?
Okay, I've worked with several people. I have like influencer friends. We do create content together and stuff. So I've worked with several people, but the brand I've worked with, that's AfriInvest.
Now tell us about them.
Okay, AfriInvest, I do their commercial videos, product videos, whenever they come up with a new course that they want to, or and AfriInvest, they are into investment banking and some other things like that. Yeah, they are into the stock market. So I create content for them, and whenever they need, it's just like a contract kind of job. Yeah.
So filmmaking then when you started and now, do you think there's any difference?
Yes.
And give us your reasons why.
There's a lot of difference. Then, in filmmaking, if you are, let me say for instance, you are creating a movie, you might escape using VFX at all. But right now, almost every film that you watch now, there's a VFX that even you won't notice. You might just see people in a room, but they might not be in the room. Yeah, there's a lot of VFX going on now. Sometimes it's based on maybe an outdoor shoot. They might just put buildings behind and raise buildings, and you would think it was actually there. Meanwhile, it wasn't there. So there's a lot of VFX in filmmaking now, because as technology advances, people too are trying to meet up with it so that you don't get left behind. So apart from that, looking at the Nollywood industry, it has really, really grown a lot compared to 15 years ago. 15 years ago, that people, when they want to disappear, you can even see. So let me not speak much about that, but it has really developed, and yeah, like I used to say before I don't really watch Nollywood. But right now, I even learn a lot from them. So, yeah.
All right, quickly, give us a word of advice for your fans, for people looking up to you. Tell them something nice, especially the Gen Zs watching. All right, this is who V is. This is what I want you guys to do, because whether you like it or not, I've not even asked you who your mentors are or your role models are, but there are a lot of people that are looking up to you, whether you like it or not. And seeing you being on screen now, they're like, if this person can start where he started with Android phones and all that, before he got his first camera, before he now has huge cameras, before he's doing big things, we want to start from that point and want to get to where he is. So give them words of encouragement.
Okay, so I'll just go straight to the points. I'll cut to the chase. So what I would just like to say is that if you are in any field that you are working, you need to be consistent and you need to really give it your all. And you need to be honest. Honesty really helps. So you need to be consistent, you need to give it your all, you need to be honest, and you need to be a good person. I don't know why I emphasize on being a good person a lot, because your relationship with people your relationship with people really tells how far you are going to go. So if you don't have good relationships with people, when they have opportunities to like link you with, they will just they'll say, is he not that guy? Forget about him. Like the person that brought me to Lagos in the first place, we met in school when I was doing my national diploma. I actually did computer science in my national diploma before going to the university for mathematics. So he was the one. We had a very good and sound relationship. And when an opportunity opened in Lagos, the guy called me and said, "Alpha, enter lab now. One team day, one gig day like that. Come and do it." And that was how I got here. And from there, it has been going up all the way. So I'll just say you should be really serious with what you are doing and you should be consistent.
All right, quickly give us your social media handles.
Okay, my Instagram account is vconcepts. That's vhee concepts, and same for Twitter and same for YouTube. vconcepts.
All right, that's a little of what we can take from V. V himself is also known as Solomon Ogunlowo, and he is, of course, a big-time videographer. I'm sure you guys have listened. I'm sure you guys have enjoyed yourself. You've gotten to know whom the man is, and he's told you several things. He said, first, you must know what you're doing. You must have passion. You must have dedication, and above all, you must be a very good person. We cannot say that a lot. We can't emphasize that a lot, because in Nigeria at the moment, there are a lot of people who I know, I can personally say that I look at them and it feels like all of us are in the same space or in the same sphere, and I really did think that a part of them was good, but they showed me the other side of them, and I'm like, whoa. Now I've also learned to experience one thing. I believe in the ability of anybody, including my father and mother, to throw me off. Anybody can just do me bad or do me wrong. That's how I see my life. So when it happens, I don't feel so bad about it, because that possibility is there. So try and be a good person, all right? In your workspace, in your house, church, mosque, anywhere, be a good person. That's what V is saying to you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it. I hope when we do call on you for any kind of job or work or outing or stuff, we'll get a very good reply.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, we have V still in the studio, but we'll take a quick break. When we do come back, it is time for Celebrity Gist. Don't go anywhere. Celebrity Gist. The first one says, why I can lay down my life for my wife, Aproko Doctor. Now, if you know whom Aproko Doctor is, he was, or he is a man. If you're popular with the app X or Twitter, as some of you know it, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor in his head, brain tumor this large, and he had only 10 minutes to decipher whether he would take on surgery or forfeit it. If he didn't take that surgery, he would have lost his life. Now, there was also an option of he losing both his sight. That's a very terrible thing. Now, at some point, he began to write down his mobile banking app passwords, and he kept them somewhere, and he told his wife, in case he doesn't make it, these are the passwords to all that. And you see, his wife stood by him. Now, that's one of the qualities of a good woman. That's one of the qualities of a good person. She took care of him. she made sure that he got out of it and stayed. That's why it's good to have someone good in your life, making sure that you are the best version of yourself. So he says he can lay down his life for his wife. Why? Because she's done the same thing for him. Now we'll move to the next one that says, my father congratulated me on my new ministry. Yo, Edoche. Now this story is something that makes me laugh almost every time, because we talked about this a couple of times on the show about Yo entering into ministry. And yes, I've been watching him closely. A couple of people have come out to say they've gotten healing. One said her boyfriend that left her, she was in love with, has come back to start begging after she watched him online. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. You know, Nigeria, anything sells. So for Yul Edochie, he says his father congratulated him. If you're going to leave acting and go into the ministry, probably God has called you. Maybe you should stick with that. And so far, so good. I think he's doing well for himself. So he should keep it up. Kudos, yo. But make sure you understand that many are called, but few are chosen. Make sure you do the right thing. Now we'll go to the third one, which says, how I sold all my cars to save my wife from cancer. Leko Olatunji speaks on his wife paying for deaths. Now, the sum total of this story is, after everything he did, he sold all his cars to make sure that his wife would get back from the nursing table, from the surgical table, but she did not make it. When you have cancer, when you have a very terrible illness, you need to have some people, or one person at all, who will stand by you. It's the same thing we're saying. And after he tried, because his wife had cancer, terrible, terrible cancer, they fought it. She was strong, but in the end, she lost the battle. So sorry to you, Leko Olatunji. We hope that God gives you the fortitude to bear the loss. It's a very terrible thing to lose a partner. I don't know how that feels, and I never want to know, but we pray that God gives you the strength. We move to the last but not the least. Joe Boy announces exit from Empower Music, launches his own label, Young Legend. Now, I'll tell you a little bit about this. Joe Boy is one of, when we call them the Gen Zs, we know what we're saying, bringing out good tunes. There was a time it was Joe Boy, Fireboy, Rema, Oxlade, and it felt like, or it feels like, all of them have left him hanging. We're saying, why is he dropping just one music? And he came out to say that he and his record label have had issues in the past over money, over this buzzing of funds and all that, and he just thought to himself, it's probably time to move on, and that's what he's done. So Joe Boy has exited Empower Music and has launched his own record label called Young Legend. Kudos to you, my brother, my friend Joe Boy. I hope and I know that you do much more great things. That much we can take on the show WhatsApp today. But before we go, I want to ask V. He said he has a project coming. Please talk to us about the project quickly.
Okay, yeah. So I have a project coming on the 10th of February. It's Val End Time. That's the name of the movie.
Val End Time.
Yeah, it's it's a different love story entirely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about, there will be blood shed and one or two other things. Yeah, it's coming on the 10th of February. Then regarding the zombie film I told you about earlier, we made another zombie film, but that will be coming out in October.
This year?
Yeah, the title of that one is The Last Day on Earth.
Okay, so this Val End Time, how do we watch it?
Okay, you go on YouTube, V Concepts, like I said, VHEE Concepts. Yeah, so it's coming out on the 10th of February. That's this Saturday.
All right. The Val End Time, right? Yes. Val End Time is coming out on the 10th of February. That's a couple of days to Valentine's Day. So it's something that when it comes out, you and your partner can just sit back at home, relax, stream, and then watch V Concepts come to life on your screen. So make sure you keep it there with them. I'll make sure I'll do the same thing as well. We've come to the end of the show. It's a very beautiful one. I enjoyed myself today talking about videography, filmmaking, some of the perks, some of the pros and the cons, the challenges faced, how he was able to escape from them, and of course the positive side of it. This is a man who knows a lot about videography. And for those of you who are planning to become like him, he's giving you all the conditions and terms. He's told you, he's giving you an expose. This is what he has to take. This is what it's taken for me to reach this point. And we can only say the sky is your limit when you decide to try to do the right things. Now, my name is Kenneth Obina, or Obina Kenneth. You know me as Orally, A-U-R-A-L-E-E, the big size teddy bear. And I'm saying today, be a good person anywhere you are. Don't laugh because you feel someone has fallen. That's wrong, because it can be you tomorrow. And when you fall, two people will laugh. All right. MI says, you're my brother. When you fall, an amigo stand up, carry you. And that's how it should be, vice versa for everybody. Drink water and mind the business that concerns you. I'll say that again. Drink crystal clear water and mind the business that concerns you. All right, coming up next, the segment is called Waiting They Happen Naija by the Sabi Boys. We call them the Three Musketeers. One of the most funniest comedians we have on the face of the earth. Also, I hope a lot of you went out yesterday to enjoy lots of laugh. Of course, we had emoji, but it was fantastic. People laughed. It was a packed show event. A couple of people came to the Alfredo Lounge to watch, to laugh, to crack their ribs, because trust me, Nigeria had. So we're happy that a lot of you came out. I'm sure you saw some of your favorite hosts on television. I'm sure you came out also to just spread love and laugh. So that was very beautiful. Thank you guys. Subsequent shows will be coming up and will definitely alert you to that effect. Till I come your way tomorrow, same time. Do not go anywhere. We have someone interesting as a guest tomorrow. You know her on radio because you listen to her all the time. She's very funny, she's full of humor, and of course she brings the vibes and the jives. So make sure that you keep it with us on WhatsApp, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mondays through Fridays. Till tomorrow is Orally Baby signing out. Have a very good